either to use cheese skip. Cheese skip, I haven't actually seen anyone use cheese skip in any of the races yet. So I actually don't know myself whether we'll see that. Looks like we're getting going though. Race is underway. And it starts off in the Cat Kingdom. I need to check up with who is actually the favourite here. Going by memory, I think these races are generally quite close. Okay, let me see. So HDlax has a 108.24 on the leaderboard. Oh, just got some audio. Nice. And Jetabb baby. So HDlax is definitely match, but I think with a few mishaps it could get a lot closer than their PBs might show. So we have finishing up Cat Kingdom now. HDlax has a slight lead. The first kingdom, there's not really too much to go off from, like a change in time. There's just some very minor movement differences that you can do. Like whether you get a triple jump at a certain point, or have like good movement along the ground and stuff. So into Cascade now, we're going to have our first Power Moon. This is the first kingdom that has Power Moons. We'll be getting 5 Power Moons in this kingdom, and each kingdom will have a different amount of Power Moons as well. You'll see the races will jump straight up towards where a dinosaur. There's a trick. Area is. Looks like HDlax had no problem with the dinosaur jump. See how Jetabb does. As HDlax is taking on Madame Brood. Ah, Jetabb missed the dinosaur jump on the first attempt. So he's going to have to do... It's actually quite harder to get the jump once you've failed it once at least. Because a lot of people use when you first get the dinosaur as setup. Okay, it looks like he's got up to the Madam Brood fight now. But that is gonna cement his HDlax's lead a little bit more. HDlax gets the final Power Moon in this kingdom. He'll be heading off to Stan Kingdom next. This is the one point in the run where you actually have to change where the pointer is going to where you want to go. So you actually have to press right to go Stan Kingdom rather than just spamming A. It's sometimes hard to do, hard to remember that you have to change the pointer. But now we're in Stan Kingdom for HDlax, as Jetabb will be joining him in a moment. I have just received a commentator, I think.
Hey, I'm here now.
Hello.
Hi. I was having a few issues with my computer and Discord and everything else, which is always fun, so... But yeah.
Yeah. Always fun. Yeah, we're just moving into Stan Kingdom now. HDlax has quite a lead.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. He was already ahead. He was already ahead going into Cascade.
Okay.
But he'd lead a bit. They go because of the dinosaur jump.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the dinosaur jump can definitely hurt you in a run situation if you can't get it a few times, especially if you just keep like choking on it. But
yeah,
definitely.
So HDlax now through to this part with the bullet bills, and it's going to be interesting to see because it's hard to get the manipulation here. I find that a lot of people mess it up from just watching races.
HD actually he messed it up slightly there. The bullet bill went right instead of left there. He didn't get the correct and full manipulation, but he recovered decently quickly from it.
Yeah, you don't lose too much if you don't get the bullet bill to stay alive. It's just really nice if you can get that. Nice little time save.
Yeah.
And it's also in Sand. There's a lot of different routes that you can take. I think the main difference that we see from most people is around here. Some of them go for Sphinx.
Yeah.
Like HDlax is not going for that.
Yeah.
In fact, Jeta is actually went for the employees only moon there, behind the shop.
So going for an older route here.
Yeah.
Nice.
I actually haven't seen people go for that recently. I gotta say. might not have watched his previous race or in his group stage.
Mm-hmm. Bam. Ooh, Jetabb missing that ice sickle. Just gonna hurt him a bit. Man, he's really having a hard time with this. Not sure why, but he is. A lot of people don't know, but you can there's a spot on the other side that you can actually stand on as well. So you don't have to get it precisely on the top. But Jetabb here is going for the exact top here. But
yeah, looks like he wanted to do a ground pound, so I guess it might not be possible to really ground pound on the further side, because it's a bit sloped. I personally tend to do a backflip, so it's a bit more lenient.
yeah, it's honestly preference at that point. I feel like neither of them save or lose any more time than the other. So yeah. I feel as Jetabb is a little rusty to this game, potentially, or I don't even know. Might just be out of practice. He's not going to go for the bullet bill manipulation, seeing as he did go for employees only, so...
Right. So we're going to see him jump over, get this flag, and then he'll probably, after the shifting shand, go around and get the Sphinx, and probably get luggage, and then walk back to the flag that he just got.
Yep.
So
that is the old route. Because in the old route, you do the teleport to the flag, and then in the newest route, you don't, since you just come back from that anyways. So the only spot you would teleport is at the very last part when you grab the bird and the sand moon over there. So.
Okay, looks like he did kind of what I was saying, except he did still teleport out, I guess. Meanwhile, HDlax is in Lake Kingdom now, getting that first jump.
Very well done. That zipper gave a few people some troubles at some points at the start when they first start running it, but after a while it just becomes pretty easy now.
Yeah, sometimes you just randomly mess it up and bonk and then fall all the way down. It's really annoying, but you can usually get it quite consistent to make that jump. What I more have problems with is the cheap jump coming up.
This one can be a little tricky if you're a new runner to the game, because you have to have the right angle as well as be able to grab on that wall. Like some people I know miss the wall sometimes, and it really sucks because it kills runs a lot. But after a while, you get pretty used to all these tricks and stuff. But even then, you still have that possibility of messing up. So.
Yep. Oh god, we're going down to 1 health here.
Not the best Rango fight in the world. Definitely not the worst either, so.
Looks like he got through it without dying. Taking a death there with... I think he did get the flag right next to the boss fight. But some people are so confident in doing that fight that they would just go straight past the flag, and it could send you all the way back to next to the Odyssey, which would be terrible.
In a race situation, it's always good to grab those little like safe checkpoint things, but in like an actual run sense, since Lake is only 14 minutes in, you could just easily reset if that happens. So.
Yep. So now as HDlax moves on to Wooded, Jeta is moving into Lake. Lake Kingdom is a rather short kingdom, so it's not like he's that far behind. Like this, anything can really happen still. There can be a huge mistake, or we'll take a few mistakes now, but this race could still be close.
Yeah, like the tides could turn at any point, really, seeing as it is fairly early on in the run. And Lake Kingdom is basically the shortest kingdom in this run. I don't remember the other kingdoms that are small. I know
unless you
Kingdom.
count like boss kingdoms, like Cloud and Ruin.
Cloud and Cap don't really count as like full-out kingdoms, seeing as you don't get any moons in them. So we just kind of call them like, I don't even know what we call them. It's like mini kingdoms, I guess, in a way. You just do one thing and then get out. Like in Cap Kingdom, you just get to the top and then get out. And then in Cloud, you hurt Bowser and then get out. So, but besides that, for actual Moon Kingdoms, Lake is the fastest, just because they're all like right there. But besides that, I would say Cap is the shortest.
Yep. Okay, we see HDlax going straight to this. Just the maze and get the checkpoint, and then go back to this to prevent them having to do a bit of movement to climb up to where the maze is.
Yeah.
We'll see him do this climb now. It's really personal preference between going to the pipe first or second.
Because there is two routes in this kingdom. One of them is you completely miss pipe, and then you go to these guys here, the long dudes. Remember their names are. And then you go over to the piranha plants. Yeah, uproots, thank you. Then you go to the piranha plants, grab the checkpoint there, and then you head back over to the pipe, and then you just teleport back to that checkpoint. Let's see, done. Jetabb finishing up with Lake Kingdom here, and he'll be headed over to Wooded Kingdom to join up with HDlax.
Looks like HDlax was toying with the idea of going for a jump there. He decided to just take the P-switch.
Yeah. Because that jump can be difficult. If you miss it and fail it, you don't lose that much time, but it still does suck if you miss it, so. It's always good to go for backup strats. If you try for it once and miss it, then just go P-switch, honestly. Because it only saves about, I believe, like 2 seconds-ish.
is one of the hard tricks, but it seems like it's one of those that you can actually get it really consistent if you know how to do it.
Yeah.
It's just doing it in the first place is kind of daunting, especially in a race.
Mm-hmm.
As we now see the Spirit fight. We'll be seeing this guy later as well.
In Luncheon Kingdom, yeah.
Yeah.
Spirit is the easiest boss in this game, because basically he just spews poison out at you, and then he goes, and then you knock off his hat, hit him in the head. After that, you basically just tap him on the head when he goes into his hat form, so he doesn't put goop everywhere. And then you just repeat the process 2 more times, and you beat him. So him and Rango are honestly the easier dudes. Topper and Harriet are more annoying. So
I used to always actually have problems with Spirit because I didn't know about stopping him from one of his cycles. So I always ended up being a bit surrounded by his poison. But as soon as I learned how to skip that cycle, then it's a pretty easy fight.
yeah.
So now we have this section of the game where we really want to go to Metro because it's such a cool kingdom, and it's on the cover. It's like it was in a lot of the trailers and whatever. But the game's not going to let us go there straight away.
Gotta go to 2 kingdoms before that. One being Cloud, which you fight. The first fight with Bowser, very straightforward. Throws his hat, you steal his hat, hit him in the face. It's great. And the second kingdom is Lost Kingdom, which was really annoying for a lot of runners at the start because of the bird. And then we found out how to get around the bird, but even then, it can still be annoying. But yeah, so far, HDlax doing a really good fight with Bowser. Jetabb, here. So I don't know what it is. Oh, he did the teleport there. Teleport strat. So you saw the 2 different routes there. It's not bad. Nicely done. HDlax on the last cycle for Bowser, and he'll be headed over to Lost Kingdom. Ooh, but he missed the hat though. That was awesome.
Phase, but
and there we go. Not bad, not bad. If anybody's played this game and has played through Lost Kingdom, like just casually, whatever, and this is your first time watching speedrun, we don't go the intended route. Let's just say that we go a different way, which is we go around the mountain because we don't want to talk to the bird. We don't want to have anything with the bird. So we're just like, nah, bird, we're gonna go this way because we don't like you.
Lost Kingdom is one of my favourite kingdoms to speedrun, but my least favourite casually.
Mine is the complete opposite.
We get a lot of very fast, like, sequences of moons in this kingdom as we go around avoiding this bird trigger. And there's some cool movements, like jumps and stuff, you can do. But if you're just doing it casually, you end up having to navigate without your hat for a while and try and figure out where a lot of these. There's a lot of moons around here that are like very cleverly hidden. So if you just know where those moons are, then it's pretty easy. But casually, you'd just be completely like, well, lost, I guess. HDlax taking the Deathless there as well. Very nice. A lot of the time people would take a death there and just walk straight back to the Odyssey, but it's actually a second faster if you don't die.
It's like a second or two faster, yeah. So, yeah. I mean, if you're top tier runner, you obviously got to go for it because every second counts when you're like top tier. So, but when you're lower tier, you don't really have to worry about those strats, so you get like decently high up there, I'd feel. But it is nice to know them. HD is moving on to Dark Metro, another not in favorite by some people. Just because of the tower and because of the Wiggler fight. It could just be all annoying in general. And some of the movement here is weird as well. Jetabb actually is going to be going to Cloud and then Lost right now. So, as Lax bonks on the top of the tower, that'll cost him.
Yeah, just getting up there second try. Metro Knight is very clearly designed to be hated.
Oh yeah.
With the design of the things that are like flying at you all the time, and it's raining and it's dark. And there's some very difficult movement that you can Ghost climb right now is going to be one of those that you can really mess up if you make a mistake. You could fall all the way down.
And the jump at the top gave a lot of people trouble, and it still does, seeing as the fact that as you're jumping and doing your cap jumps, the camera moves, so it can be kind of tricky then. As you can see there, the camera rotates around because you go from one side of the room and then your camera rotates to the other side of the room. So, not sure why it does it, but it does. And we don't like it for it. That's the tower section. Now we're going to be going to the Mecha Wiggler fight. That was a very nice Cloud Kingdom, by the way, by Jetabb. Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, I'm going to be pushing him through Lost Kingdom as well. There's some... Oh, he's going for a jump onto the cage.
So he's going cave route then. So there's two kind of routes for this kingdom. You have the cave route and then you have the tree route. Or like cave route or tree ground, I guess you could call it.
Yep. He's getting cave gardening. While HDlax is going for a 2-cycle. Looks like he had one left that he missed.
Barely missed it. I think Jetabb might be going for non-Death Moon strats. I'm not sure though. Might be mistaken. Lax gets the 3 cycle, not the 2 sadly, but all in all, not bad. Not too bad. And that is Dark Metro done for HDlax. As Jetabb is nearing the end of Lost, HC will be coming on to the second half of Metro.
Yeah, and Metro becomes a lot more likable in the day. There's not that many really annoying movement. You can make it more annoying if you want to. If there is a way to do a clip to get that moon rather than using the RC car. Well, I guess either way is annoying because the RC car is quite annoying. But
it is, because the moon is just whacked for a lot of it.
So. Jeta now gonna be into Metro as well, but still Metro Knight. I think considering his strats, I think Lost still went quite well.
Yeah. Do we know all these users, their PBs or no?
Yes. Jeta has a 124.
Okay.
And HDlax has a much better time. I think it's a 118.
It's a 108.
Or 108.
Yeah, 108.24.
Yeah.
Which definitely puts HDlax in a huge advantage here. So.
Coming up to some of the chat's favourite parts of the run.
The OTEP moon. Ready for the memes to be happening? They are great.
Yay!
OTEP. Give me some OTEPs in the chats, my friends. The beautiful OTEP man. Go give the OTEP man a follow on Instagram. His Instagram is OTEP, as well as his Twitter, who is Yao. Jetabb here is on the Wiggler fight. They get 2 cycle and ooh, just barely missed it. Dang.
Pretty much the same, just missing one, like HDlax did. But
he missed it by a split second too. So
there was a moment at the end of the cycle there where the Wiggler gets invisibility frames, so you actually have to shoot a few times if you want to make sure to get the remaining orb. He gets the free cycle.
Not bad, not bad.
HDlax went to Seaside first, looks like.
So he actually didn't have enough coins to buy the moon. So he has only had 56, not 100, so.
Yeah, so he needs to, as he's going around Seaside, accumulate the coins remaining to get 100 so he can buy a moon in snow.
The route we take now gives us a lot of coins throughout Seaside, so that's why a lot of people do tend to go to Seaside first, because you're guaranteed a lot of coins. So.
I think he actually had to think for a second there about his coin count. He actually missed a few coins and had to still get the...
He's only missing 3 coins at the moment, but you can still make those up. So.
Get those ones in snow once he gets 30. Actually getting some while he's still in the seaside.
Not bad, not bad. Jetabb has loads of coins, so when he gets over there, he's going to be going snow first. So not too bad. Oh yeah, he has 311. He's good. I don't know how he has that many coins, but he does.
Yes, I've seen people that have enough coins, but they still go to Seaside first, just from preference. It could be something simple like he has the splits to already say Seaside first, or just not really be used to going to snow first.
Because going to snow first literally only saves 0.5 a second. So.
Yeah.
It's not bad though. HDlax does have enough coins to buy the moon, so not bad. Not bad at all. Damn. Snow Kingdom is honestly my favorite kingdom. Just everything in it is just so nice and relaxed and calm. The little guys are just so adorable and cute. If they made a plushie of those, I would 100% buy one. Like, they are just great.
Yeah, they are. They are one of the better kingdom people, I would say. There's just the theme of a lot of the people that live within things. They always fit really well, and Snow is no different. They definitely have their, I wouldn't say their coats really, but they stay warm in this cold place very clearly.
There's your second Otet moon on your right with Jetabb. The second and last and final Otet of the day. Or this race, I guess I should say.
I guess the interesting thing about Snow is once you get really to it, you get these places that have like poison in them randomly, and ice and stuff that can be really annoying through the platforming sections. But
yeah,
generally, the theme of Snow is very soothing, so have that little bit of contrast.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, HDlax falling off there.
Rip. Dang, that'll definitely cost him some time. This time it wasn't the suicidal Goombas, it was the Lax that turned out to be dying, so.
It's understandable if you're trying to roll to go faster in these very the ice on the ground and stuff can make you misjudge it a bit.
Yeah, HDlax actually taking another death. Feels bad, man.
Looks like he at least has the knowledge that he can make that jump as the backup without having to walk all the way back, all the way around to the right there.
Damn, Jetabb going to get these note moons. Not bad, as HDlax just finishes up Snow Kingdom. So. I believe Jetabb went Seaside first, so. Or did he go Snow first? I don't 100% remember. Yeah. Chet, can you help me out here? Do you know if he went to Seaside or Snow first? Because if he went to Seaside first, then HD has a huge lead now. If he went to Snow first, then they're still about the same as before. Help me out here, bros. I need the knowledge. Seaside? He went to Seaside first? Okay. So... yeah. Jetabb is very behind. That's all I'm gonna say.
HDlax making that first jump in lunch and first try.
Nicely done.
Which is a very tough jump to do.
What's everybody's favorite moon color in Super Mario Odyssey? I like to ask this question every once in a while just to get things going, you know? What about you, Luckless? What's your favorite moon color?
Well, there are skills in this game. It's hard to choose just one, really.
Fair. If you had to choose one out of all of them, though.
I don't know. I feel like I'd change my answer every time. Maybe we'll go for like the color in Lake. I think are they pink in that one?
Yeah, they're pink.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I honestly prefer like the turquoisey color, or like the light green, or light blue, sorry, in Luncheon. Luncheon's another one of my favorite kingdoms. Snow for the little cute dudes, and Seaside because, or sorry, Luncheon because food. Because cooking is great. Bam.
Kind of tell that you prefer Luncheon because you asked the question while in Luncheon.
Yeah, I was actually around this time of the race too, just because A, yeah, it is my favorite moon color, but B, it is kind of a reminder to just ask a question, and B, just because usually around this time in the run, I sometimes ran out of things to say, so you just gotta find things you gotta go with.
Luncheon is a very some technical things that you can do, like certain movement. See HDlax using a homing cap throw to hit the box, and get a few moons in a row here, as he's going to go up to the pillar in a row, and then get one out on the salt pile.
I wonder if H is going to be going for a turnip clip or not in this kingdom. We shall see.
Yeah, some people are asking about that. At the start of the race. I have no idea if these runners have practiced that at all.
Now in Luncheon, there's two routes that you can take, mainly. One, you can do the fork room, which HDlax is doing, or you can do the portable room, which is you just basically bounce around these really skinny lava parts. At the start, everybody went portable room, and then some people introduced fork room into it. Honestly, it's preference. None of them is fast than the other, to be honest. I think forks might potentially be faster, just because if you get really fast movements, then you can get through it faster. But yeah, don't quote me on that though, because I'm not 100% sure. Looks like HDlax is just gonna go regular.
Pros with that. to make sure that they're fast enough. But if you just do forks and don't do like the fastest movements, then it's not going to be. It's not going to save any time.
The trees are not like lax. Yeah.
Yeah, not skipping the cheese here, just taking it in a normal way.
Oh, HD says I don't even know what turnip skip or turnip clip is. So basically, for anybody who doesn't know what turnip clip is, basically the moon that HDlax just got, which is inside that cage, instead of going and grabbing the Panbros and grabbing the thing to unlock the cage, basically what you do instead is that on top of the cliff, I guess you could say, where you grab that moon coming out of the lava, basically there's 3 turnips there. You want to grab a turnip and then take a Panbro, take the turnip, throw it in between the cage and the Panbros. Man, I can't speak. You put it in between the cage, or like beside the cage, and then you take a Panbro, you go and you drop him off in between the turnip and the cage, and then you back up, you enter the Panbro, and then that way you're able to clip into the box because the turnip pushes you into the box because you don't have enough space for the Panbro to actually sit. So it just says, hey, we need extra room, so it puts you inside the box. So that's essentially what turnip skip is.
Right. Don't think we've actually seen cheese skip in any of the races so far.
I think I saw it once.
Races.
Or like while I was commentating, one person did it once, yeah. I think it was the last one, potentially? I don't remember. One of them.
It is a very new clip. So it would have only been since we went into the knockout stages that people would actually be doing it.
Yeah. It is a bit of a harder skip and a newer skip, so not many people know about it and are doing it currently, so. Dragon Kingdom is great. It surprised a lot of people, to be honest, in the speedrunning community. Because they were just like going through whatever, playing through the game, and then bam, a dragon. It's like, where's this coming from? So.
It's always very surprising when this shows up, this dragon. Even after like going through the game so many times, it can even if you're just looking for your splits and you get past luncheon, it's like, oh yeah, there's Bowser's Kingdom there. It's actually, there is this ruined kingdom right here that sometimes you forget about. The dragon is always there to surprise you. There's not really much you can do in this kingdom to speed it up much more, other than just trying to get the head of it as soon as possible, like the very frame that it becomes available.
Yeah. Alright, well I actually have to head out here. But JKB will be taking my spot here for my commentary, but it was fun commentating for you guys while I could. Definitely follow the runners and the commentators if you'd like. Definitely never needed, but always appreciated. But that'll be it from me for now. I'm gonna hand it over to JKB, who's gonna be replacing me. So,
hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, JKB.
Oh, how has it been going so far? I just tuned in a moment ago.
Well, it's not a very close race, but it's been fun. I want to thank Mr. Bunny for commentating. Well, make sure to follow him.
Yeah,
His
see, I made
link
sure
is in
to
the
get his link in there before he
chat.
left. See, he did rush home just to even jump in to commentate, so really nice of him to come and stay while he could.
Yep. So we have HDlax just finished up with Rune Kingdom. Yeah, we'll be going into Bowser's, while Jeta is in Luncheon. Still a long way to go in Luncheon as well, but I believe with the huge difference in PBs between these two runners, Jeta could still easily be on PB pace.
Yeah, I believe he is. I think when he left Snow Kingdom, he was still ahead of his splits, so...
Not sure if he got a PB in this race, he'd be happy with that, I think. Always good to have a PB.
Yeah, sometimes with races, especially when we're coming on to like group stages and how stuff can shake up sometimes it's good enough to just PB. Not all races are going to be super winnable, but you know, still give it your all, and you can still get a pretty satisfying result.
Yep.
Now, HDlax, I believe, opted not to go for the behind the wall moon, so I guess we'll see here in a moment if he's going to go for the lovingly named Glory Hole moon, or if he's going to go for back corridor later.
Yeah, there's a few options with there's only, what is it, 2 moons that are optional, like because we get a lot of the story moons in this kingdom.
Yeah, you only need 2 moons outside of the story moons, and you can go for Glory Hole, Behind the Wall, or Corridor. Corridor is after Brutals. Glory Hole is the one that HDlax is getting right now. And then there's also Behind the Wall, which is right near the very beginning.
Yep.
Corridor is technically the fastest one. Behind the Wall is pretty fast too, although it's a little bit trickier. It uses kind of a similar trick as what you see in Metro Kingdom, where basically you hover Cappy above the bird after you go down to get the moon, and then it captures the bird and warps you right back up on top of the wall.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, they are all very fast moons. That's why they're considered in the first place, but yeah, you only need a few moons. It looked like Jeta was gonna go for a cheese skip there. I think he didn't quite know how to do it.
Yeah, or
Just gonna
perhaps
get
he
the
didn't
cheese
feel
moon.
confident in his
So-
setup, perhaps.
Yeah. If you mess up the setup with the turnip there, it can be annoying to have to reposition.
Yeah, especially since it can take a couple of tries before you even know for certain that it is a matter of the turnip setup that's bad, or whether you're just having difficulty with the glitch. So the clip optimally does save like 8 to 10 seconds, but if you're not really consistent at it or particularly fast with it, then it's not really going to do a whole lot for you other than provide a point of frustration if you don't get it right.
Yep.
Not that cheese rock in itself isn't a little bit frustrating, but you know. Unfortunately, he does suffer a death right there, but it's not going to be too costly. It's probably like 10 or 12 seconds away. HDlax, meanwhile, on Topper has a good fight so far. Yeah, gets both of those cancels. Nicely done.
Yeah, pretty good Topper and Harriet. I think he might have messed up a little bit, but pretty clean just in general. Now I'll be moving on to the final, well, climb that you can do some really really advanced movements if you choose to.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to make this really fast. Although, generally speaking, a lot of people in races will take it a little bit slower just to make sure, because it is easy to die here. HDlax pulling out some good backup strat there to make up for the fact that he almost fell.
Yeah, looked like he get to react and save himself there. Do some wall jumps. This part always really surprises people who haven't seen speedruns before, because it's not obvious as you're playing through casually that you can use motion controls to make the Pokio spin up like that to get up the wall faster.
Yeah, see, the hover bit especially is pretty helpful, just in case you are like in front of something where you can't actually attach to the wall. Mecha starting out, he gets birdless, the faster strat that's been put into use recently pretty well. So he's mentioned already that he's a little rusty after GDQ, and this is one of those things where if you are rusty enough on it and you screw up, it's not going to cost you a few seconds, it's going to cost you closer to a minute.
Looking good so far. If you can get back up onto the top.
Yeah, pretty much a perfect fight. Nicely done.
Jeta going into a bit of a different fight with the dragon right now. There's always this huge cutscene at the end of Bowser's. If you really, if you have your split to happen at the very end of all this, you really know in times how long these cutscenes can take.
Yeah, see, there's a lot of levels where once you get to where you're essentially done is like a minute off of when you're actually hitting the split button. And this is definitely the worst case out of all those, just because the cutscenes after the boss are so long. And then before you grab the moon, and then after you grab the moon too, so.
Yep.
It does look like HDlax is on pace to maybe get a 110, up in the higher 110 range, or a 111.
Yeah, not bad at all for just a random race time.
Yeah, especially considering the GDQ rust. There's a lot of people who are in this tournament still that have been dealing with that a little bit over the past few days. It's part of the reason why they're doing their matches now and not earlier, is because they had to go to GDQ in the first place. Jetabb finishing off the dragon without any issues. And we will see the infamous moon skip. Skips a solid like 5-minute portion or more of the game, which honestly has some pretty cool movement in it, but still way faster to just do this. This is one of those other things that he hopefully practiced because it can be kind of a difficult trick. Fortunately, he gets it second try though. Nicely done.
Nice. Yeah, sometimes that jump can just stop working for you sometimes.
Yeah, and if you mess it up
trying
once
to
or
do it a
twice,
few.
yeah, so if you mess up once or twice, then it just kind of messes with you. Like you don't know if your setup's right, and you just get a little bit tilted and mess it up even more. Second Bowser fight is pretty much the same as the first, except for some longer attack and such cycles and more hats. Jetabb not getting behind the wall, so he's probably going to go for Glory Hole or the back corridor.
It looked throughout most of the run that Jada was using much older strats. So he did a lot. He did like in Lost. He didn't use the tree. He jumped onto the cave gardening.
Yeah.
And he was doing some. It was something else. I think it was in Sand. He did employees only.
Yeah,
so
definitely
I'm expecting him to probably just do the Glory Hole one.
Yeah, most
so I think
likely.
Corridor is a bit of a newer move.
Yeah, so the other thing in terms of Rust to consider is that for some of these people, they did their group stage matches pretty early on, and then so it's been since mid-December, so since they last did any kind of racing.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. Having a big break between any form of gameplay. HDlax now moving into the final sequence where everything is falling around you. You need to make it out with the princess and Bowser.
It'll be interesting to see here in a moment if he goes for 2D skip. Being rusty, he might not, or you know, maybe he'll do it for swag strats. Who knows?
2D shortcut, I'd call it.
It's true.
I think.
Nicely done, first try.
Nice, you did it. Yeah, it's kind of wrongly called 2D skip because a lot of people have got used to calling it that just for the meme.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it gets hyped up as being really hard, but it's not, you know, terribly hard. It's more just the risk of losing that 40 seconds if you do screw up.
So in the final room now, trying to break down these 4 pillars. So yeah, looks like he's gonna have a 111.
Yeah, say a little bit of mistake, a little bit of trouble with the Bowser fight and the moon skip put him into 111 territory, but still a pretty low 111. Solid for a race, especially when you're a little bit rusty. $111.15, yeah, definitely nothing to sneeze at. Jetabb currently doing the topper fight in Bowser's.
Very difficult fight.
Yeah, say particularly at this point in the game, it can be very difficult to land on the hat that you need to be landing on. Although Dark Side is even worse, there's probably like 24 or 36 hats in that one.
He's got through it nicely though. We'll see. I'm not sure if HDlax is going to be joining us for an interview or anything.
Jetta now starting on his climb up. Again, going for some slightly safer strats just to make sure you don't die.
Yeah.
And even grabbing the checkpoint just to get health back.
Audio switched over to Jeta now. You can enjoy as he works his way through the final part of Bowser's Kingdom. And we have HDlax joining us.
Yo, what's going on?
Hello. How was that for a race?
Oof, the rust is real.
Yeah.
I have not played since before GDQ, and I practiced a couple things right before my match, one being the Mecha Brutal, and 2 being 2D skip, and as you can see, I perfected those.
Yeah, they were good.
Those are the important ones though, right?
Yeah.
2D.
I messed up pretty much everything else though. Still pulled out a 111 though, so I'd say that was pretty good. But before my next match, I'm definitely gonna have to de-rust.
Yeah, for sure. So being off for even a week, I mean, being off for a week in Odyssey is like a quarter of the, or not a quarter, but like a tenth of how long it's been out already, so.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Mecha brutal.
Yeah, we see Jeta was still on the Mecha Brutal right now. He's using the bird, trying to jump up on top of it or anything. Or maybe did he fall down? I guess he was staying on it without the bird for a while there.
Yeah,
He's definitely not having a clean Mecha Brutal. Like, I think he can still do this fast enough that he might be still good enough on pace to get his own PB.
yeah. So depending, his PB might have had trouble here too. HDlax, looking at the bracket, your next opponent isn't yet decided. They're actually playing tomorrow between Jabba the Jefe and Scooter MK.
Yeah, I heard both of those guys are good.
Yeah, say Scooter MK I think had a pretty solid time, but unfortunately was still second in his group, and then Jabba was 3-0 in his, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Does manage to stay on top for this one, although it'll be a little bit difficult to get down to the ground pound. So unfortunately for that phase in particular, the window to where you can actually ground pound when it's not Harriet that's left on top is rather tiny. You pretty much have to get it while he's moving.
Yeah, that's really a tough one to get right at the end there.
Does take the fall, though that might be a better option at this point, honestly.
Yeah, I think the only way that you could actually have that as the final one, if you'd have to like hang off the side, like grab onto the side of the mecha, and so you can keep your position to ground pound the last one. But it's very difficult. Probably easier just to use the bird again.
Alright.
And now it's finished up.
Yep, Mecha Brutal out of the way. Well, HDlax, again, congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Hopefully the de-rusting goes well over the next week or two, because I believe this round ends on Sunday, and I think after this rounds are supposed to only be 2 weeks. So
Yeah, I'm gonna be hard on the grind this week for sure. I have to make sure I at least stand a chance.
So actually looking at the leaderboards right now, Scooter MK is in 27th and you're in 28th. So that would be that'll be a pretty hype matchup if it happens.
Can only hope he's rusty too.
So, do you know if he was at GDQ? I don't remember if he had a run or anything there or not.
I didn't see him around, but then again, I was not looking.
Alright, Jetabb BB heading towards probably around a 125. maybe a little bit closer to a 126. It does look like he's behind his PB now, though, unfortunately.
Yeah. You can tell sometimes people's timers just turn red, and it wasn't that long ago that it turned red, but it's definitely... He's gonna have to find some way to make up time. I don't think he...
Yeah, his PB is a 124, like 124.01, so doesn't look like it'll be happening right now.
See if he can still get first try win skip.
Gets it very nicely done.
Nice. So moon skip is not an obstacle in this race.
Does take a bit of damage there, but it probably won't really amount to anything.
Yeah, I think he was pretty good with the Cloud Kingdom fight, at least. So it shouldn't be any different for this if he's not going for the crazy fast strats.
Yeah, it does unfortunately reset Bowser's positioning there a little bit, but it happens. Basically, to make sure it doesn't reset, you have to stay within the range of where his fire goes. Since he only actually sweeps like 3/4 of the circle, if you go in the part where he doesn't sweep, he'll change positioning to make sure he can still hit you. No real issues with the fight though.
To the final escape. Yeah, his time for his PB is coming up. Oh, it's right about now. So he had a very low 124 as his PB.
Now will he go for 2D skip? Opts not
He
to,
will not.
but I mean, it's only 2 seconds to save, and at this point,
Yeah, it's
Not really.
very negligible time save.
yeah. So you're putting yourself at risk of taking longer is not always a fun thing to have to deal with.
And we get to hear this music again.
All in all, a pretty solid Moon Kingdom by him. I mean, he got first try Moon Skip, hasn't really had any time losses. You know, just a few of the safer strats, but that's it.
Yep.
We will finish out with a 126-20 is about what that was. So again, congratulations to HDlax.
Thank you.
We'll see if Jetta wants to hop in for some questions as well.
Remember, be sure to follow the runners. These runners in the tournament, very good runners, much better than me, and they all put up a good show in this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, making it this far, you're already ahead of half the other people in the tournament, so it's definitely no small feat getting this far.
Well, to be fair, I was given a pass, in a sense. 2 players of my group dropped out the last week of groups.
Yeah, but see, they don't know that necessarily. Just tell them you kicked their butts.
Thanks for the commentary, guys.
Yeah, no problem. Happy to hop in. Bunny unfortunately had to leave a little early, but still.
Yeah, I'm happy to commentate. As I want to thank you for doing the race.
Yeah, so how did
The
you
end there?
how did you feel about your run? So you were still only about 2.5 minutes off your PB, and
Right.
in a race that's not terribly bad at all. I mean,
Not bad.
HDlax was further up his PB than that.
Yeah, it was looking at HD's PB going into I knew it wasn't going to quite get there, but I wanted to play pretty well, and I feel like I did. Didn't start off well with the dinosaur. Never gives me a good jump, but I feel like I played pretty well after that.
Yeah, I mean, for the bit that I saw, I mean, there weren't a whole lot of mistakes. Mecha Brutal was a little bit rough, but I mean, you also had like first try Moon Skip. You didn't have any real time losses in Moon or Bowser, aside from the issues with Mecha. So, all in all, I would say you did pretty alright.
Thanks.
Is there anything either of you would like to say before we sign off? I don't believe there are any more matches tonight, at least not in the schedule, but we do have some matches tomorrow, like we were saying earlier.
I think I'm good.
Yeah, thanks for Speed Gaming hosting, and appreciate you guys commentating again, and good luck
Yeah.
HD in the next round.
Thank you.
Alright, well, without further ado, tomorrow we have quite a few matches actually. Wow. At the bright and early hour of 8 a.m. Eastern Time, we have Imtendo versus Pants. That'll be over on Speed Gaming 1. Or just Speed Gaming, I guess there's not really a 1 at the end of that. Also tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, we have Nebeth and iLovatar. We have Small Ant versus Grand Pooh Bear at 5 p.m. Also at 5 p.m. is Zen Parse versus Textrobe. We'll have Spike Vegeta versus Moofish Get Out the Way, awesome name, at 6 p.m. Jabba the Hefe and Scooter MK also playing tomorrow at 6 p.m. And I'm sure there's going to be more matches over the course of the weekend because there's still quite a few matches that need to be done for the round, and this is the last weekend to do it. So definitely keep your eyes on the Speed Gaming channels. There's going to be plenty of Odyssey over the next few days. Tomorrow especially, it's going to be pretty much an endless stream by the looks of it. So yeah, hope to see you all here tomorrow.
Yep. See you all tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of matches because the deadline's on 21st, so there's a lot that still need to get their matches in that haven't. Some of them haven't even been shown on the schedule yet. So yeah. See ya.